thinker. Didn't think I'd see you sneaking out of my bedroom, did you? Where were you
Get
going?
off me.
Look, you've been acting funny ever since you went out to buy a budgergar this morning.
Let go of me.
What are you up to? Look, I want an explanation and I want the truth.
Well, make your mind up. You can't have both.
What are you doing with my pillow?
If you must know, I wanted the feathers out of it to line a bird's nest.
A bird's nest? Don't be ridiculous. Budgergars don't live in nests. They live in cages.
I never said anything about a budgie, did I?
What do you mean you didn't say anything about the budgie? I distinctly saw Dad give you the money to buy a budgergar.
He did, and I got one. But on the way back from the pet shop, I met Charlie Wainwright. You know, he's the one whose father's dead rich. And he offered to buy it from me.
You mercenary little blighter. How much did he give you for it?
£500.
What?
Well, he didn't pay me in money. He gave me 2 hedgehogs worth £250 each.
You wait till Mother hears about it. She won't let you keep those dirty flea carrots in the house.
I haven't got the hedgehogs now, see? I did a swap with Ted Hoskins. He gave me a pair of roller skates with the ball bearings missing and a compass with no needle, worth £450 altogether.
But I thought you said the hedgehogs were worth 500.
Well, I didn't allow for devaluation. It's been a bad year for hedgehogs.
Well, I'm sure Dad'd be delighted to hear that you spent his money on a load of junk instead of a nice little bird.
That's what you think, my dear sister. You remember Harry Brown?
If you mean the little twerp who borrowed your bike and broke it, yes.
Well, he made it up to me today. We did a smashing swap. I've got a bird that's worth a lot more money than the one I got from the pet shop.
Another budgergar?
Well, not exactly. He gave me this. That's a farmer.
Have you gone off your rocker or something? You can't keep a whacking great thing like that in the house. Mom, Jimmy's got a goose in his room.
I was going to tell me Mum myself, you blinking telltale.
Mother's people have. Just wait till I tell her about this.
Rotten sneak. If you do, I'll tell everybody I saw you sitting up in bed with a mud pack on your face.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I? You just listen. My sister wears a mud pack in bed. My sister wears a mud pack in bed.
You little beast, you'll apologize for that.
Give me my ice cream.
Not until you say you're sorry.
You just give me that ice cream. Now look what you've done. You've got fur all over it.
Don't you ever think of anyone but...
I should think they could hear you two at the end of the street. What's all the shouting about?
You might well ask, Mother. Take a look in the wardrobe at my dear brother's latest pet.
Well, well. So that's the result of your little trip to the pet shop. You certainly got yourself a king-sized budgergar, didn't you, love?
I had a smashing bit of luck, Mum. My pal gave it to me.
With a pal like that, I should think you need all the luck you can get. Now, Jimmy, you must know you can't keep a great thing like that in the house.
Oh.
Apart from the inconvenience, it wouldn't be fair to the cat. Now, you just take it away and we'll say no more about it.
Say no more, but Mother, he sneaked that goose in here. And look at the mess he's made. He was going to pull my pillow to pieces to make a nest for it.
The boy's only 12. They get some strange ideas at that age. You must show a bit of tolerance, Janice.
He was using your fur coat to keep the goose warm.
You little whore!
Lisa, I didn't spill ice cream.
Oh,
It wasn't my fault.
Oh, never mind his fault. It was
No,
not. Sponge it off before it stains. Quick. Oh. I don't know what your dad's going to say when he sees that great thing.
Oh, but
he was
Mum...
expecting a budgergar. He was looking forward to teaching it to talk. Don't think he'd get much conversation out of him.
My dad said it was going to be my budgie.
The last one was yours, and you know how daft he was about it. He loved that bird. And it was a nasty shock to him when it came to such a sad end. And we all know whose fault that was.
It wasn't my fault. You told me to clean the cage out.
I didn't tell you to use the vacuum cleaner. Now, hurry up and get her out of there.
Oh, Mum, can I keep her?
No, you can't.
Oh.
Go.
Ah, hello, my poppet. Not much doing today, so I thought I'd come home early. Tell me, did Jimmy bring home the bird all right?
Oh, yes, Dad. He certainly brought a bird home.
Oh, good. Well, I hope it's a male budgie. They make the best talkers, you know. Now then, Jimmy, look what I've got. Yes.
Surprise, surprise. I think you'll be a bit cramped in there.
Oh, really, it's not fair, you know. Other fathers have normal sons who bring home nice, normal little pets like budgerigars, but my son has to bring home a great, fat, animated feather duster.
Oh, I know you're disappointed, George.
Well, of course I'm disappointed. I expected a sweet little bird that would flutter around and settle on my head. That flaming thing sat on my head, I'd have a broken neck.
Don't shout, Dad, you'll upset her.
All right, hand him over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. I've just been looking through my room. The pillow wasn't the only thing you took, was it?
Jimmy, what are you doing with Janice's panties?
Well, I only borrowed them. Harry Brown said she might start laying any time, and you... Well, you know how delicate eggs are.
Well?
Well, if she was to lay an egg on this hard lino, it might break, so I thought if I could get her to wear these, it might act as a sort of safety net.
Now, look, Jimmy, I'm sorry I blew up just now, lad, but a goose isn't the sort of bird you can keep as a pet. I'm sorry, she'll have to go.
Oh, but Dad...
There are no buts, thank you. I've got far too many worries without having that thing running around the house. I'm a builder, not a poultry farmer.
But, Dad, pets can be educational. Our biology teacher said so.
No?
By studying an animal in the act of delivering its young, a child can gain insight into the meaning of life. Parents should encourage this, even at the cost of some inconvenience.
Well, judging by that statement, I don't suppose that your biology teacher has ever been a father.
I don't suppose she has.
Right, young man, I expect that thing out of the house in an hour, do you understand? Oh, Hilda, dear, remind me to write to Jimmy's headmaster, will you?
What for?
What for? Look, Hilda, dear, I pay rates and taxes. I buy Jimmy's school books and his uniform. I go to considerable expense, don't I, dear, so that the government can help my son to get an insight into the meaning of life. And his biology teacher says it can't be accomplished unless we keep a pregnant goose in the house.
I'm sorry, old girl, but if my dad says you've got to go, I can't keep you. I couldn't be so deceitful. Oh, I don't know, though.
Bert Bamford, aren't you ever going to grow up?
Not if I can help it. Would you kindly inform Master Builder Clitheroe that his general foreman would like to see him?
You find it embarrassing he's in the bath. Oh, Mum's furious because he's going to be late for dinner as usual. Oh, do help yourself to some coffee.
Oh, very much, yes. You expecting burglars?
No, it's Jimmy. I'm worried about him, Bert. He's got a bird in his room.
Get away, too young.
It's true. It's a goose.
Hey?
Dad told him to get rid of it yesterday, but he's been hiding it. I think he's trying to prove that he can keep it without causing any bother. Oh, I suppose I ought to tell Dad, but I haven't got the heart. He's really fond of that goose, this daft little thing.
It's my old pal, Jimmy. I can't hear anything up there. Perhaps they've moved it.
Come on, old girl. Have plenty to eat. When you lay your egg, you'll have another beak to feed. Come on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll throw some of my baked potatoes out in a minute. Come on, then. Jimmy! Yes, sir?
Oh, I feel I've already eaten.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Hello, Jim, lad.
Hello, Bert.
There you are. Shall I give you a hand with this?
Oh, thanks.
No, I wouldn't bother to wait, only I want to get Mr. Clitheroe's okay about fixing that roof in the morning.
Jimmy, how many times have I told you not to bolt your food?
Well, I'm hungry. Can I have another?
Oh, don't worry, I'll get it.
Oh, thanks, Bert.
Oh,
If I told those Johnson kids once, I've told them a dozen times, not to play cricket near our house.
Mr. Fred Cartwright on the phone.
Mr. Cartwright?
You know, the big building contractor is putting up that new block of offices in 4th Street. He wants to know if Mr. Clitheroe is interested in being a subcontractor.
Tell him to ring back when Dad's out of the bath.
He can't. He's flying to London in 15 minutes.
Right, Jimmy, run upstairs and get your dad out of the bath, quick.
Oh, Mum, you know he doesn't like being disturbed when he's having a bath. He's got a phobia about keeping clean. Hope it's not catching.
If I know Dad, he won't get out of the bath just for a phone call.
Well, tell him we've got some wonderful news for him. He needs to come down here quick. I'll tell Mr. Cartwright Dad's on his way down.
I thought I told you to close the back door.
Blimey, it must have been outside all this time. Come on, here you are then. Right, yeah, quick, come on.
Dad! Get out of the bath quick, I've got some news for you.
How many times have I told you about shouting through doors? Now, whatever it is, it can wait till I've finished.
But, Dad, this is smashing news. The Mum said I've got to tell you straight away.
Oh, dear, all right. Well, hang on a minute.
Jimmy,
Right.
have you told your dad he's wanted downstairs?
No.
Well, don't tell him just yet. Your ruddy goose is running around loose, and if he sees that, you've had it. I must be balmy sticking my neck out for
Oh,
you.
Bert, do something.
Oh. Well, what is this wonderful news you've got to me then, Jimmy?
It's raining outside.
Did you get me out of my bath just to tell me that?
Well, this morning at breakfast, you said the garden needed some rain, so I thought you might be worried about your sweet Williams.
Look, son, there's a draft sweeping around that door and cutting me like a knife. And the last thing that I am worried about are my sweet Williams. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm finished. It was halfway up the stairs. I managed to get it in here, too. I'll pass it out.
Right, Mum.
Go away!
Oh, Dad, get out of the bath. I really have got some news for you this time.
If you're going to tell me that it's raining again, I'll murder you, young man.
Cross me heart.
Jimmy.
Surgeon.
Jimmy.
Oh,
I
no.
dropped the flipping box and it got away. Look, you have to stall your dad a bit longer. Oh, right.
Quick.
Well, come on. What is it?
It stopped raining.
Oh, I've warned you that your practical jokes will go too far one of these days, haven't I? Now then, I will deal with you later.
Yes, Dad. Oh, I wonder if they take lads in the Foreign Legion.
Mr. Cartwright's threatened to hang up and Mum's going mad. Have you told Dad?
Well, no, but...
Dad, get out of the bath before it's too late.
Oh, leave me alone.
What do you mean, leave you alone? We've got some wonderful news for you.
Dennis, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, you know, playing tricks at your age.
It's no trick, and if you don't believe me, you can ask Bert.
Oh, all right. But I warn you, if it's another weather report, I shan't be responsible for my actions.
I've no idea geese were so hard to catch. I've put it in the cupboard this time.
Wouldn't you have been better in the garden shed?
You catch me going out there this weather. It's raining cats and dogs.
Well,
Oh, hello, Mr. Clitheroe. It isn't half raining outside.
you are fired.
Blimey, I know I'd take the can back for a lot of things, but you can't blame the weather on me.
Mr. Cartwright's waiting on the phone. He wants to offer you
Mr. Cartwright,
a holiday.
that's the man, the big builder, the 4th Street job.
Too late. He's had to dash off to catch his plane.
Darling, but-
Don't worry, I've persuaded him to ring when he gets back.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that. Yes, well, now, perhaps I can finish my bath in peace.
Have a good bath, Dad.
Thank you.
I wonder what time the Labour Exchange opens in the morning.
Don't be ridiculous. Dad can't do without you, and he knows it.
Hey, Bert.
Oh, no. Where's that dreaded bird gone this time?
Come on, Sylvia. From now on, this is going to be your very own nest. Whoop. There you are. And when you lay your egg, it'll go down there. Listen. There you are. And even if it's night time, I shall still hear the good news.
Sylvia. Oh, what a ridiculous name for a goose.
I think it's a very nice name. What's put you in such a bad temper?
I don't like being ignored by my own son. Told him to get rid of that stupid bird 2 days ago, and it's still here.
Now, Dad.
Now, don't you now, Dad, me. Now, why is it that nobody takes any notice of what I say in this family? Your mother, you, Jimmy, you're all the same. All the same. Even the cat won't get out of the chair when I tell it to.
Dad, I know Jimmy's obstinate, but be reasonable. He can't get rid of the goose until he's found somewhere for it to go.
By the way, Mr. Cartwright doesn't like Brussels sprouts.
Well, I must say that's really made my day. There's one thing I'm just dying to know about people. It's whether or not they like Brussels sprouts.
Oh, very funny. Look, Hilda, I know it's not a very exciting piece of information, but I don't want you to waste your time cooking Brussels sprouts for Mr. Cartwright when he comes to dinner tonight.
What?
When he comes to dinner tonight.
You know, there are times when I could cheerfully strangle you, George. Why didn't you tell me you'd invited him?
Well, I did. At least I left a message with Jimmy this morning on my way out. Didn't he tell you? Hello. Jimmy!
I'm quick enough, I'll avoid the fallout.
Jimmy! Jimmy!
Yes, Dad?
Why didn't you come right away?
Oh, I didn't hear you until you called the third time.
Do you recall my giving you a message for your mother this morning?
Oh, heck.
Oh, heck.
I meant to tell her, but I had to get the wood to make Sylvia's nest, and I forgot all about it.
You forgot all about it.
Oh, well, I've so many jobs to do for Sylvia, and everything was falling behind.
If you don't get out of here immediately, that's exactly where my hand is going to fall.
Yes, Dad. Can I have a drink of water?
Oh, yes, go away. Oh, we're in a right old pickle. I was going to do a Welsh rabbit tonight, but I can hardly give that to a man who might be going to give you thousands of pounds worth of business.
Oh, no, dear, of course not. Well, you'll just have to get some nice steak from the butcher's.
It's Wednesday afternoon. All the shops are shut.
Oh, no.
Oh, there must be some way of getting food when the shops are shut.
Sylvia, what are you doing here?
Oh, no, George. Oh, no.
Dad, you can't. You can't do it. You cannibal.
Yeah, stop. Clitheroe, I wouldn't have come if I'd known you were going to ask me to do that. I mean, after all, I'm your general foreman, not a goose slaughterer.
Yes, but look, Bert, I don't know how to kill a goose land, and anyway, you told me yourself that you lived on a farm when you were a child.
I don't consider it part of my duties.
Now, look, Bert, look. I'm your friend as well as your employer, aren't I? Now, let's put it this way, Bert. If you don't do it, lad, you're fired.
Come on.
I've got something for you, Dad.
Oh?
Seeing as how you're responsible for what's going to happen to Sylvia, I think it's only right that you should take care of her orphan.
I'm sure you won't mind if your husband and I discuss a little business after dinner, will you, Mrs. Clitheroe?
Oh, of course not, Mr. Cartwright. Don't worry about Janice and me.
Nice bit of goose, this. Very tasty. You must give me the name of your butcher. You know, it must have been a fine bird when it was alive. You know, it's funny when you come to think of it. Yesterday, that fellow was probably running around full of the joys of life.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Cartwright.
Something on your mind, Clitheroe?
On my mind? Oh, no, of course not, Mr. Cartwright. No. Won't you have another slice of Sylvia? I mean, a little bit more goose.
Oh, no, thank you. I've plenty here. Look. Here, what's the matter with you ladies? You're not eating either.
We're on a diet.
A diet, eh? Well, sooner you than me.
Oh, a bread, Mr. Cartwright.
Oh, thank you very much indeed, Mrs. Clitheroe.
Would you pass the apple sauce,
yes,
darling?
of
Please,
course.
thank you. No, darling. Thank you.
There seems to be a bit of a draft coming in behind me. Would anyone mind if I sat on that side of the table?
Oh, Cap, why didn't you say so?
Sorry to bother you.
The last thing I want you to do, Mr. Carter.
If you give
Over
a
there.
stiff neck,
Have you got
you
a plate, darling?
Yes,
Thank
there
you.
you are.
Very much indeed, Mrs. Clitheroe.
Sorry to bother you.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry to cause you all that trouble.
No trouble
You
at all,
know,
Cartwright. Yes.
you get a bit of...
Jimmy, come and meet Mr. Cartwright. This is our son Jimmy, Mr. Cartwright.
Well, I never knew he had 2 children, Mrs. Clitheroe. He's a fine, big, strapping lad, isn't he?
Yes, isn't he?
You know, Jimmy, you'd take a lot after your father. Now, never mind. Maybe I was mistaken. You look more like your mother.
Jimmy, you promised you wouldn't make a scene. Be quiet.
Oh, I'm afraid a friend of his passed away suddenly.
Oh, I am sorry.
Just to think this morning she was scratching in the garden for worms.
You're getting hysterical. Stop it.
I won't stop it. He murdered her.
That'll be quite enough of that, young man.
What, Jimmy? What are you doing?
I'm going to give her a decent burial.
How dare you?
Sorry, Cartwright.
Well, I'm so sorry about that, Mr. Cartwright, but you see, Jimmy's been keeping that goose in the house, and he got rather attached to it, I'm afraid.
What? That goose?
Yes.
We didn't want to tell you. We thought it might spoil your meal.
Oh, don't you worry about that. One goose is the same as another to me.
Oh, Jimmy, love, we'd no idea you were so upset about Sylvia. But I do think you're exaggerating a bit.
No, I'm not. Anybody else's son would have run away from home for less than this. How would you like it if I ran away and you had to call in the police and they started dragging the streets for me? It's not fair. That goose was ill, and I was trying to make her better. What was the use of giving her all that medicine?
Medicine? What medicine?
What do you give me when I'm ill? Shut up and think.
Over now. And I've got your favourite sultana pudding, so you just sit there like a good boy.
That's right.
Right?
Good boy, good boy. Janice, dear love, turn on the radio, will you? A little bit of music might cheer us up, Mr. Cartwright.
Very
Yes.
good idea,
Yes.
Mr. Clitheroe. Let's be right.
Lunch ready?
About 10 minutes. Have you seen Jimmy?
No, he had breakfast and went out when anyone was up.
Oh, I expect he wants to be alone. He's still upset about losing his goose, poor love. Oh, Bert, whatever's that?
It's all right, it's Sylvia. I hadn't the heart to kill her yesterday, so I drove down to my cousin's farm. You owe me 50 bob for the one you ate last night.
Bert, why on earth didn't you tell us it wasn't Sylvia last night when you brought it?
Well, I didn't want to get the sack twice in 1 week.
Hello?
In the kitchen, dear.
All right, love.
Oh!
I thought it might cheer Jimmy up, you know, if I got him another goose to take Sylvia's place. Well, good gracious, Bud, did you have the same idea?
No, this is Sylvia.
Sylvia?
Yes.
Oh, 2 geese. You'll have to get rid of them.
Get rid of them? What do you mean?
Oh, I don't want them frightening my new pet.